Hello, buddy. Welcome to the Wrestling Multiverse YouTube channel. Hope you're having a great night. So I'm just doing this little intro to explain to you what. Why is my camera? I'm just doing this intro to explain to you what is you're gonna be listening to in this. Me and my friend Chris decided to do a discussion talking about the best and mainly worst of NXT. This is gonna be one of probably a second one we'll do later down the line. So yeah, I decided to do this intro just so you know, because I also started this mid conversation. He went to go do something, came back, and I just started recording. There was no intro planned for the recording. So what you kind of see is just mid conversation. I live where I live, and he lives away, in a different area. So we're doing it via Facebook call. So there at the beginning, he is talking to someone else, and then gets into the conversation with me. I like you to think we plan to do these more in January. We plan to do more discussion-based thing of one topic, discussing it. I'd like to know what topics you would like us to talk about. Let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know in the comments your favorite NXT call-up, your least favorite NXT call-up, and then your favorite NXT moment itself. Also, like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on Twitter at TheWrestlingMU. It might have it wrong, so also it will be in the description below for the link to, not the link, but the Twitter handle, if you want to subscribe to it. Yeah, that kind of is it for this intro. And enjoy our video. Or audio, I guess. Enjoy.
Yeah. Okay. What were we saying?
I don't remember now.
Bray Wyatt.
Yes.
I just... Because I could see letting talent go. But I just can't understand letting talent go when they're obviously obvious merchandise.
For some reason, I feel like they just don't see Bray as a draw, and I don't know why.
But he is one.
But we know that. Do they know that?
I don't... It's very stupid. Oh, I took a really big bump today. So it's my first tick on the winter bump card. What happened was I was coming out of the elevator, and because it's snowy out and everybody's got their boots all wet, the elevator was a bit wet, so I'm going down there to switch laundry. I got my shoes on. I slip on like a little bit of wetness, and I take a flat back, because it's just instinct to me. I take a flat back bump right on like the steel grating of the elevator.
That must have hurt.
I feel like I now know what it's like to take a bump on the elimination chamber. It hurt so bad. But yeah, I'm ready to talk about NXT now.
Okay, well, I'm just letting you know I've been recording the last 2 minutes, so this whole conversation, last 2 minutes have just been recorded.
The last Bray Wyatt thing?
Yeah, the thing that the moment you sat down, I started recording, because I'm just going to have this as a whatever thing. There's no intro, because I'll do an intro as the video by myself before the video.
Yeah, just explain the random cut into conversation.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll let you address what the topic is about now.
Well, we're pretty much doing the best of NXT, pretty much the black and gold version, aka do I want to say the good version? Is that?
No, I feel like that's not fair, because the 2.0 thing just started and everything. And
the indie version, how about that? Does that work better?
What?
The indie version of NXT, is that better? That's what I'm gonna label. It's the indie version because everyone was an indie person. So the indie version of.
Well, there's one thing I was going to preface that we're going to also discuss mistakes that NXT have made.
Oh yeah, cause yeah.
Be it gimmick choices or utilized talent, because believe it or not, NXT has also underutilized talent.
Oh heck yeah. But I think that
We were just discussing one the other day. Oh fuck it! Since I just started talking about it, let's talk about EC3, Ethan Carter III, and how both NXT and the main roster managed to. I don't want to say. No, I do want to say they killed him. They killed him. Everybody was talking about how EC3 is finally going to get what he deserves in WWE. By coming back to the place that made him famous as Derek Bateman. Which, by the way, when EC3 was rumored to be re-signing, I swear I told you time and time again before he actually showed up on NXT TV as EC3 that he was going to return as Derek Bateman.
yes, you were so certain of that, and you were proven wrong.
So I didn't know if
EC3
was a TNA owned character.
Do you think Vince just knows him as that, and that's why he held the grudge?
Well, considering you can't tell the difference between Michael Tarver and Shelton Benjamin, it wouldn't surprise me.
God damn it, it's Derek Bateman.
That's still one of my favorite Vince stories.
Where was that from? Where's that from? Where'd you hear?
It was from, I think it was the Bash, where it was one of the shows where WWE first started the PG era. And Michael Tarver was on the enhancement roster. And they were having this talent meeting before a pay-per-view, and everybody was saying how, okay, PG now, everything's family-friendly, can't bleed and everything like that. And Michael Tarver raises his hand to ask a question. And after he's done asking the question, Vince just goes like, "That's a very good question, Shelton." And Hawkins and Ryder were the only two people to respond with guttural laughter. And I hope they got a story talking to backstage about that.
Could you imagine just going, "Why'd you laugh at Vince?" I was like, "Cause he's not fucking Shelton, geniuses."
That's why I always thought the lyrics to Kofi Kingston's song were SOS, I am not Shelton.
just not every black guy was Shelton.
SOS, I am not Shelton.
See, only one he knows is not is R-Truth. That's it. Every other one knows Shelton.
Yeah, alright. But yeah, I forgot what we were talking about. But yeah, EC3. He comes back to NXT. He gets the big crowd pop moment where he's in the crowd at some random takeover that I can't remember. And then not that long after, he has a match against, I fucking want to say, against Jason Jordan.
For what?
For his first match in NXT.
NXT for
I honestly can't remember because I wasn't watching
Hold
NXT.
on.
I didn't start watching NXT again until the Gargano Ciampa stuff started. So I have no idea.
I'm literally looking. It wouldn't be Jason Jordan because he was way.
Yeah. Don't listen to me, folks. I'm an idiot.
Raul Mendoza.
Oh, Raul Mendoza.
That was EC3's first opponent.
Yeah. So not that long after that, he did the North American title ladder match with Lars Sullivan, Velveteen, Ricochet.
Was that his first match?
That could have fucking been.
I know it was Ricochet's. I think it was EC3's too.
But either way, EC3 was on NXT, and then all of a sudden he was off NXT.
I'm about to say, can you? Are we really able to blame NXT for Or blame Triple H for the fact he wasn't used in NXT? Because I don't think he really got much of a chance to.
Well, I don't know, because in my opinion, at least in NXT as a character, he was in NXT for about as long as Bray Wyatt was.
Was he?
Because Bray Wyatt, to me, to my memory, and you know, my memory's as good as fucking my grandfather's, but Bray Wyatt as a character wasn't in NXT for very long.
No, but I think... Hold on, I'm trying to remember. Because I think Bray's vignettes, which is where I'm counting probably where he started, I think was like the second week of NXT in Full Sail, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And that was... hold on. Got to...
Because I feel like the NXT run of Bray Wyatt, I know we started talking about EC3, but the NXT run of Bray Wyatt, to me, only lasted a month. And I know it didn't, but to me, it only lasted a month.
June 27, 2012.
Is when it started?
Is when Bray... I think Bray started. It might have been the week... It might have been the first one in Full Sail. Actually, let me look
On
at...
NXT or the main roster?
NXT. His first one in the main roster was... I think it was actually the same month in 2013. So
Yeah, because I was about to say.
it's about around the same time frame. Yeah.
Yeah, because so it was a year then.
Yeah, he was there a year. EC3 wasn't even.
It felt like only a month because NXT was taped out the ass.
EC3 wasn't even there a year. I think about half of a year.
Well, then there you go.
Yeah. So
Call him.
June. Okay, so June 20th then, because he was on the first one. So yeah, June 20th, 2012 for Bray started in first vignette in.
Yeah, because to me, especially for somebody, because like I watched NXT from the reality show days, and like NXT Redemption was the first time I watched quote unquote NXT, and then that ended, and then all of a sudden they went to Full Sail, and then the title was introduced, and I dropped off NXT. And it's weird how much of a blur it feels like to me. Because, like, when I go back and watch it, there's characters that I forgot were even on NXT at a certain time period.
Like who?
But, like, what?
Like who?
Like, because, like, during the beginning run of NXT, I've completely forgotten that Jason Jordan was a thing before fucking American Alpha. I forgot about Tucker Knight being there.
Yeah, that one I forget.
Way before Otis.
You know the one that completely befuddled me?
What?
Baron Corbin.
Yeah, Baron Corbin was there a while.
I forgot Baron Corbin was. I didn't know Baron Corbin was there before his debut. I thought like his debut was when he like just quickly squashed CJ Parker on that random like thing, and they started this trajectory there. I didn't know he was there as a jobber.
That was the first time I know Baron Corbin, because I just watched a squash match against Chad Gable, I want to say, and that was what I knew Baron Corbin as, and then all of a sudden, I think I was the only one out of our circle of friends at WrestleMania at 32 in the theater that popped for Baron Corbin when in the Battle Royal.
Well, that's also a big thing. I had not watched much NXT. Like, I don't think... No, I've watched NXT, but I don't think I cared about Corbin at all at that point.
Anyway, back to the story before I get sidetracked. The NXT title was introduced, and then I dropped off of NXT, and then the next episode I watched is Bray Wyatt's last NXT.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why, but for some reason, the airing of everything. First thing I knew, Bray Wyatt was in NXT. The next thing I know, he's fighting Kane in an Inferno match at SummerSlam.
You know what's...
It went by so fast.
What made me laugh with the Bray Wyatt thing is in 2013, I, was watching, but I wasn't really paying full attention. Cause I wasn't watching pay-per-views or anything. So I see the vignettes for Bray, and I'm not watching NXT at this point. I think I like watched only a few and then just didn't pay attention. I see Bray's vignettes, and I'm thinking, I'm like, what the hell is this gimmick? I couldn't make it.
Yeah.
I couldn't figure it out. It took me so long of just like listening. And I was like, okay, okay, and then I was like, okay, I figured out what it was. But I had no idea what it was. If you know, although I'm trying to think when was the best Bray Wyatt, but I think it was even before NXT.
Yeah, I don't know. Because, like, the first test run of the Bray Wyatt character, Eli Cottonwood was still on the roster.
Yeah, he was his thing, but like I think Bray's promos are better then than they are. They were.
Yeah.
Later down the line.
I agree. I agree. You look at the FCW documentary and you see, like, the workshop Bray Wyatt promos are fucking phenomenal.
I love how they put, like, don't they spend a good amount, I don't remember how much they take, but don't they spend a good amount of time talking about Bray?
Yeah. He was the character that literally came along in the FCW days. And I think that's what Dusty says. Like, you see, that's how you make a character.
I want to
That's literally the definition of how to create a character.
I like the fact, but I want to dissect the mind of Bray Wyatt. I want to know what Bray Wyatt's thinking, because how do you come up with a character like that?
That's another reason why I can't wait for the shoot interview myself. Because you're going to get to see glimpses of how the Funhouse was created and how all this was done.
Another part I can't, my favorite thing that makes me, laugh, I can't wait to figure out how much Bray thought of a storyline, like, really detailed, and then WWE just went nah to about 90% of the details of it and just kind of did it.
I also can't wait to hear what his thoughts are on his WWE title run.
Oh, the one that ended by a win?
With Randy.
Yeah.
Anyway, another thing I remember about NXT when I was first watching it, and it's a vivid memory because of how stupid it is, but it's a singing competition between Aiden English and Colin Cassidy.
I have no memory of this. You gotta go ahead. I have no knowledge of this.
I don't remember the specifics and what was sung, but I just remember this fucking feud between Big Cass and Aiden English that revolved around something about who was the best singer between the two of them, and you actually heard Cass sing, and it wasn't half bad.
Wasn't that time Enzo was in a wheelchair randomly? Because he broke his...
I didn't even know he was a thing at that point.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, because Enzo, I think that's how Cass debuted in that. Cass and Enzo debuted together.
It's like, here's the thing. The next time I saw Colin Cassidy was when he debuted on Raw.
I remember, no.
When I watched NXT, I would watch for certain matches and then whatever. I wouldn't pay attention. So the next time I saw Cass after that was on Raw with him and Enzo's debut. And I was just like, who is this fucking Squawk Box?
I watched, I didn't watch anything. I've gone back to watch it, and that's how I call up things. And yeah, Enzo and Cass debuted together. Well, Enzo debuted first. Because his thing was talked a lot of trash, then got killed by Mason Ryan. That was literally just how it went for the last like 4 weeks in a row. And then Cass debuted. I think he also got beaten up by Mason Ryan, which is hilarious.
No.
And then it was like slowly they started turning the thing. But yeah, I'm pretty sure when he feuded with Aiden English, for some bizarre reason, just Enzo's just in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Is it because it was a thing? Didn't he? Fucking, what was the thing Gotch said he did that caused him to be in a wheelchair? It was...
I have no idea.
Oh, I'm trying to remember because I'm like, shoot interview where he spends like 20 minutes burying him.
Then there's also the gimmicks that you forget. Or just people that you forget showed up on NXT or had matches.
Oh god, what was it? What was the one guy's name? Something Lefort. What the hell was his name?
Sylvester Lefort.
Sylvester Lefort, that's it, yes.
Yeah, I was thinking him, and I was thinking fucking, Marcus Louis, Leo Kruger.
Oh, don't.
Richie Steamboat.
Poor bastard.
Who else was there that you'd forget had a run? I mean, Tyson Kidd had a run in NXT. Though.
People remember that though.
Yeah, well, yeah, because he was on one of the takeovers.
He was.
In an amazing Fatal 4-Way.
I think people forget. I think people remember him. I think people forget Gabriel was there too.
Yeah, and you forget about people that had like one-off appearances there too.
Yeah, Sheamus, Jericho.
Rob Van Dam.
That one, I forgot about him. Yeah, I forgot he was there. That made me.
Like you get Sheamus, you get Kofi, and whatever. Then Rob Van Dam shows up, and you're just like, oh, well, this is something.
Well, yeah, because he was back at that. Yeah, that's when he was with Ricardo, wasn't it? When he had Ricardo Rodriguez as his manager for some reason.
Oh, the less said about that, the better. Oh, speaking of Ricardo Rodriguez, Kalisto and El Local.
Oh yeah, because that's Ricardo, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then
I immediately clued onto that because I know tattoos.
I don't pay.
That's how I figured out Bray Wyatt was Husky Harris.
Yeah, so did the entire crowd in his debut.
Yeah, the red mark on his arm and the fucking
Oh,
on the back.
that's the one part of Bray's Raw debut that breaks me in laughter.
Is the fact that everybody knows.
Sits down on his things, does his taunt, all you hear the crowd chanting is Husky Harris.
No, I think who gets it the worst is Tensai.
Is who? Oh, Tensai? Yeah. Yeah.
Albert.
The whole time. No one cared about poor Tensai.
I did. I like the gimmick.
Well, I like the gimmick now, but just no one, no one was sitting there going, oh yeah, this guy's gonna be a big deal. They wanted you to believe. They wanted you to believe it. They had him pinned, Cena, and everything. Just no one bought it.
Yeah.
And then when they made fun of saying, I think at one point saying that the writing on his head was part of a pizza menu or some weird thing like that. And I'm like, what? What do you?
Yeah. NXT had a lot of questionable moments.
You know the one person I forgot, even though I should have remembered, but I forgot was in NXT? Xavier.
Well, I remembered Xavier was there.
I forgot he was there.
Okay, learn how to speak, brain. You'd punch yourself for forgetting that Dean Ambrose and Roman were ever there.
Dean did not show up in NXT.
He did.
No. I have watched every NXT from Full Sail thing. Until debut. His first appearance is when is when they show up as the Shield.
Huh.
So anyone when they call Dean Ambrose an NXT superstar, I call him bullshit because he's not. He never shows up in NXT. Unless he did before Full Sail. But I have no memory of him. I've never seen him show up there.
Did Braun Strowman ever make an NXT appearance? As Braun Strowman?
No.
No?
Nope. He only showed up whether he was with the Rosebuds, I think.
So then he was just doing the NXT house shows.
I guess, yeah, if he did, maybe, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many people that got called up. Obviously this topic is bound to come up, but there's so many people that got called up and just got so bastardized and
Oh god, how long ago?
every bit of creative thing that came out of them stripped.
How long the list you got? This could be the whole freaking this could be the whole episode, just this.
The first one we should talk about is the most embarrassing to me, the Ascension.
Oh, them poor bastards.
The Ascension had everything. They had the look of an impressive tag team.
Yep.
They had the match quality. They had a badass finish.
Yep.
They
Will look like the Road Warriors. That's what.
They sounded
And they looked like the Road Warriors, and that was the issue.
But here's the thing. In NXT,
They didn't.
they didn't paint them or anything.
They
Nobody
never...
come up to the main roster. They give them all the fucking face paint.
This was so weird. That's so weird. Because I saw them... I never watched them on NXT. I saw them on the main roster, and I was like, okay, why would someone do this gimmick? Because it looks like the Road Warriors. That's what my idiot thought was. Which is what you would think, if you know the Road Warriors. Then I watched NXT back, and I was so befuddled, because they look way more badass.
Yes. Yes, because I remember telling you. Because you came over to the house, but like the first, what was it, week that the Ascension were on the main roster?
Yes.
And you were just like, why would anybody do this gimmick? And I was just like, you should have fucking seen them in NXT. They are badass. And then the first thing you said is, I highly doubt that.
Because they made them look like they weren't. And then what was the... And then, you know what makes it even... Like, the whole... The gimmick itself is already bad. Every single thing around them was meant to fail. What did they think was they... Why?
But here's the thing. If they would have just done the face paint and everything, sure. But the fact that you play into the fact that this is what it's supposed to be, you're ruining it.
Yeah, because what they did, they tried to compare themselves to, or be better than the Road Warriors, Demolition, all them, and then you'd hear the commentators just bury them on commentary.
Yeah.
And then you have the excitement, which ends them. Do you know what excitement I'm talking about?
Yeah, the fucking DX Barry thought.
Yeah, the one with fucking DX.
No, wait, that's the revival. The NWO
yeah, it's NWO, APA, freaking New Age Outlaws, all beat the shit out of the Ascension.
Yeah, it's so dumb.
Oh, and then they beat... I love this. And then I guess the make good of that was they beat the New Age Outlaws, and then I just never, like, used after that, really, in a prominent spot. I don't get it.
They didn't even get a win over the Dudley Boys.
No, couldn't beat the Dudley Boys.
And the Dudley Boys were getting beat by every other team but the Ascension.
What's another one?
Fuck's sake. That's the worst one. I don't care what anybody says. That's the worst. The worst. People could say EC3, but EC3 didn't even get a chance to fucking shine.
Well, neither did they.
No, I'm talking about in NXT.
Oh, no, okay. Bailey?
NXT, the Ascension were gods.
I can't even say Bailey. I want to say Bailey, but she doesn't know. Yes and no.
Bailey's fine.
Well, no, my thought was when first called up.
I mean, sure, but she's more than redeemed herself. The Ascension never did.
Yeah.
Because there's people that have been called up and redeemed themselves. There's a difference. Because, like, I mean, I kind of want to say Tyler Breeze redeemed himself with the Breezango stuff, but even that didn't last very long.
I'm going to look up, hold on, horrible NXT call-ups. I want to see what pops up.
Bet you Adam Rose is on that list. Neville's a good one.
What?
For bad NXT call-ups.
Does he not make up for it, though, for the Cruiserweight stuff?
No, not in my opinion.
Why? Because I know he was...
That didn't last very long.
It lasted from Royal Rumble, No Mercy.
Yeah, but it was basically treated as B-grade stuff.
Okay, so I'm gonna read you the 20. You tell, and then how about this? I'll read each one, and then we'll talk about each one.
Okay.
Number 1, Authors of Pain. do think.
but
Go ahead.
it's not as bad as the Ascension.
Is this what we're doing the entire 20?
No, but in terms of tag team.
Okay, I thought we were like every one of them. You're gonna be like, well, it's not as bad as the Ascension stuff. I think the big mistake for them, in my opinion, for this was they got rid.
Giving him Ellering.
Yeah, I don't know if this is. I feel like this still has something to do with Ellering not wanting to travel. I feel. But I'm not fully sure, because there's no way.
You had to have him on the house shows.
There's no way they
You
thought.
had to have him on the house shows. Just have him do Raws and SmackDowns or whatever.
There's no way they thought that Ellering was a bad manager for them, because if they did, they're really stupid.
Yeah, but Authors of Pain, I agree, is a bad one, but it's not as bad as it could have been.
Number 2, Bo Dallas.
Yes, absolutely. Fucking yes, for the 100%.
Yeah, he was. Oh my god, the amount that went wrong there.
Because he was legendary. Underrated in NXT.
Yes. Yes, he is.
Underrated gimmick. Underrated title reign. Underrated competitor altogether.
I just don't like. It's more weird because, like, they saw his gimmick and they they kept the Bo leave part, which is perfectly fine. But then they made it where that's all, like, he didn't want to win. All he just wanted us to do was Bo leave. That's all he wanted to do, and he was smiley and lost. That was it.
Yeah, and then he started doing the thing where he was carrying out the sign, and then he did the thing with the social outcast, which that enough could have worked. That would have been fine.
I don't know what the point of that group was.
But yes, Bo Dallas, 100%. 100% with a bullet.
What do you think of B Team?
B Team is fine, but I just feel like they could have done more with it.
Number 3, Bobby Roode.
I'm mixed on that one.
But I will say, bringing him up as a babyface was really stupid. I don't know who thought of that.
That was a bad idea, yes.
Making his gimmick all about how everything is glorious and he's all smiling. Like, that's not Bobby Roode. That's so, like, what the hell are you doing?
I would have rather see a babyface Randy Orton versus a heel Bobby Roode as an angle.
Yeah, they instead did babyface Bobby Roode versus babyface Randy Orton, and it was really shite, actually.
Yeah.
It's weird, because do they not have... Okay, this is probably the biggest proof that they have not watched stuff outside of the company. Because how do you not see this Bobby Roode as a top heel main eventer?
Yeah, like the guy can read. He's one of the most underrated promos I've ever seen.
He could talk. He looks good in a suit. He has a good look to him when he's freaking wrestling. He can work. Like, I don't...
He has a great moveset.
He has a great moveset. Triple H's he's literally... I feel like this is why they hate him. He's TNA Triple H. That's what he was, and that's why people felt the issue was.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what the heck. They've messed him up so...
Like, putting the U.S. title on him as well was sort of a bad idea.
I don't think this next one I don't find fair. Because number 4 is Chelsea Green, and I don't think that's fair, because she... that has nothing to do with WWE. That has nothing to do with WWE.
She never got a shot.
Yeah, like, I get firing her, that's their fault, but like, them not being able to do anything with her is not. That's just because she keeps getting injured.
Yeah. And even Zach himself has said that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's been critical of the fact that WWE did wrong with him. They didn't do wrong with her. It was just wrong timing.
Yeah.
He was mad at them for releasing her, but it's not her fault.
How she was booked, because that's just that. Yeah, that was just because of how.
Yeah.
That was just unlucky. Number 5 is EC3. We went over that one. Number 6, Ember Moon.
Ooh, that's a good one. I
Yeah,
didn't really think about it, but that's a good one.
because she went up and just never got anywhere.
Well, I mean, we're acting like everybody should have gotten a push. That's not the case. No. Not everybody should have gotten a push. Not
Ember,
everybody that comes up from NXT needs a push. But Ember felt like something special.
well, yeah, that's like Ember. Even if you didn't want to say, oh, she's like one of the top women thing, she could have still done more than what she did.
I mean, even a feud with Carmella over the SmackDown Women's title would have been fine. I don't even front on the main roster. She ever had a shot at a women's title.
This is the one part I think that people do make of Ember's thing, and I think she generally has there is a point to it. Um, um, what is Ember's gimmick?
I mean, there's a lot that don't really have a gimmick per se, and they're still fine. Because in reality, when you get down to the nitty gritty of it, what the fuck is the gimmick of Shinsuke Nakamura?
King of Strong Style.
Really have one. Yeah, but aside from that, everybody in New Japan can be classified as the King of Strong Style because they hit people really hard. But in reality, it's like the same gun. He bends fingers. Like, there's not really a true gimmick per se, but they're still fine.
Yes, but I think there's a difference is because with them, at least you know what to. At least you can
Market.
Yeah, you can expect something. Like I think the difference is when you watch them. If someone asked you to explain Shinsuke Nakamura, you could at least tell him what to expect with it.
If I was doing it, I would have called Ember Moon the dark side of the women's division.
Oh, I'm getting crap by the staff here.
What are you talking about?
The staff is mad because I have laundry in my laundry thing and I forgot to take it out. I forgot to.
Oh, you have laundry in the laundry machine?
Yeah, and I have to go take it out in a second. So I'll still do it while we're recording. I'm gonna leave this recording. I don't care.
Go do it quick, because trust me, if anybody knows about laundry, it's me, because I've been doing it all day today. So go do it.
Okay.
I'll scroll while you're done.
Just start. Either that or just start rambling. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't want that open. Holy shit. Is it holy shit?
I'm back.
Oh, Jesus. Get the hell out of me. I even heard the door open.
Should I give you a drum roll instead? Is that what you wanted?
The list.
Number 7, Emma.
No. What? I don't think so.
Yeah, because I feel like Emma's gimmick was just not, like... This isn't an insult to the person star. I just feel like Emma's gimmick wasn't meant to go far.
And I mean, she did come out with a badass gimmick later, but she's doing much better than...
Emelina, we just don't even
much
need...
better now than she ever was.
Emelina, we just don't need to talk about.
No. So, no, I don't think so.
8, Karrion Kross.
Let's continue.
Oh, we're just gonna...
We already know the answer to that. Next.
Keith Lee.
Next.
I don't know how to say it. I don't know what to think on this one.
What?
Lars Sullivan.
I feel like he was booked well. It's just he's a very problematic person.
That's a fucking understatement.
I can say the same thing about the Forgotten Sons. And it's all Jackson Wright.
I'm not saying Forgotten Sons, all of them. I'm just fucking Jackson Riker now. Okay, 11, Retribution.
We already know what was wrong with Keith Lee. We already know Keith Lee. We already know Karrion Kross. Retribution's the next one?
Yep.
Well, I don't count that. Because that's not Dominic Dijakovic and Mia Yim being called up as Dijakovic and Mia Yim.
No, Mia Yim didn't get a chance to be called.
That's everybody being called up as completely different characters.
Holy.
If anybody got screwed out of that, it was really Shane Thorne.
Holy crap! If you had this thing, the length of the article part, just about Retribution is fucking gigantic.
I don't count Retribution.
Okay.
So.
Number 12, Ricochet. I don't know though. I don't know what it feels.
Definitely wasted potential.
But he's.
I guarantee you watch the matches on main event between Ricochet and Mustafa Ali, then you'll be like, why aren't these guys being used more?
I think people already feel that.
SmackDown.
What?
At least on SmackDown, I feel like they would be used more.
I think there's
used at all.
I think they've started doing vignettes for him. I'm not saying they're gonna push him or anything, but at least they're kind of reminding people of him. I will say though, he did start off right well on main roster.
He started off well, yes.
Because he did the team with Aleister Black. Well, it may not make no sense. Was fun as hell to watch.
Yeah.
Then he won the U.S. title.
Yeah.
Had a good, while he might not have been booked the greatest in it, had a really good feud, had a fun feud with AJ and them, and then it kind of went from there.
Yeah, until I saw the picture on images that are easily forgotten, I completely forgotten about him and Lesnar.
Yeah, there was a reason for that.
Yeah.
Number 13, Sanity.
Anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially Eric Young. Especially Eric.
Killian Dane too. I'd say Killian Dane was, they're both in that.
Yeah, but Killian Dane, sure, but Eric Young got mega screwed.
Because they both got kind of frigged around with.
Yeah. I feel like Eric Young, in a way, and no disrespect to him, but he's just not a guy that fits in the WWE bubble.
No, there's a reason he's made for Impact.
Yeah. Also, the fact that he was the TNA Daniel Bryan probably didn't help.
So, okay, so 14 Ascension, which I'm not going to go over because we just went over that. 15 Forgotten Sons, pretty freaking obvious. Your name is Jackson Riker. 16 the Vaudevillains. The only reason I understand why they probably did not get as far as they did is they're a really hard gimmick.
Yeah.
Like, their gimmick made... Your gimmick...
Much longevity.
That's a gimmick made for NXT only, I feel.
It's either made for NXT only or legitimately it's made to have a dream match with Deuce and Domino.
But yeah, it's not... Yeah, you're not gonna get...
And I love Deuce and Domino, but Jesus. No.
I'm not calling that 17 Viking Raiders.
No.
No, when it comes to
They're
what?
fine.
Are they?
I believe so.
Fuck.
I don't feel like they're being misused.
I mean...
Because they're entertaining.
Well, a lot of these people are entertaining. Doesn't mean they're freaking... Vaudevillains are entertaining.
I personally don't count the Viking Raiders as being wasted potential.
Okay, so this one is Tucker.
I think they're being handled well.
This one's Tucker of Heavy Machinery.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Not even a chance. If they split Heavy Machinery up, just put Otis in another tag.
I love Tucker when he does...
Somebody he has, like, no chemistry with.
I like him and Chad Gable.
Yeah, but I just don't see them...
They're not as good...
much chemistry.
It's weird though. It's weird that though, because they're like genuine friends.
Yeah, but...
They're not too...
So,
It's weird. Number 19, Ty Dillinger.
yes. Well, wait a minute. It's kind of like Emma and the Vaudevillains. Perfect 10 doesn't really have much of a shelf life.
I feel he had a better, like... I feel they still could have at least tried with him. Because he was so...
I feel like he would have needed a major overhaul.
But the tension was so damn over. While it did screw up a lot of WWE programming, there's no doubt in it. But the 10 chant itself for Dillinger, so it turned him babyface. He was a heel member in NXT. The 10 chant turned him babyface.
I just feel like it's like Emma with me. Yeah, he's over like Rover, but the gimmick just doesn't have much of a lasting period to me. But don't listen to me, I'm just a kid. So.
You're older. What do you mean, kid? You ain't no kid.
It's just my opinion.
And then number 20, Tyler Breeze.
Yeah, I feel like he was misused, but I feel like he kind of redeemed himself with the Breeze angle, saying...
The one thing I will say, and this is the moment to me thing, he was doomed from the beginning on the main roster to me.
I agree.
The moment you are put with Summer Rae in 2016, and your first feud is Dolph Ziggler, your ass is screwed.
I agree completely.
Plus, there's no vignettes. There was no nothing to promote him. He just shows up.
Yeah. Somebody was trying to tell me as well that they thought Finn Balor was misused. But I don't know how I feel about that.
Balor's tough because Balor, they planned to use him well. He got injured.
Yeah.
And then after that, I kind of can agree for a while he was. From the moment he returned, because what did he...
The one thing that I will always hate extraordinary man that can do extraordinary things.
I don't understand that.
It's so stupid. It's so dumb. Like, they put it as his, like, ring entrance commentary.
Yep.
Almost turned the PlayStation off. I was so mad.
Like,
Just like, thank God I'm Diesel taking the title off you, because I'm so mad at that.
Like, because, like, for 2017 until, like, when? Until he... I'm trying to think when he was, like...
Returned just recently.
No, I'm trying to think, when was his last, like, before he left to go to NXT, again, for the second run, when the heck was he used well?
I feel like that little thing, Rock, was the only highlight.
Oh, yeah, do you remember the time Alexa flirted with him randomly on a talk show?
Yes. Trust me. On the Brandon Does Everything Reddit videos, that's a major fucking meme.
It's...
Is Alexa's thing.
Because it's so random. Like, why do that?
Oh yeah, there's a new Rickroll meme, but it's like every time you play a video and you start watching it, the glass breaks and Austin's music goes off. And it's really funny.
That sounds funny.
Yeah, because like I was watching like a best of Spanish Fly compilations, and there was this really good one, and then like all of a sudden before they could even hit the mat, the glass breaks, and it's genuinely one of my favorite memes in the wrestling community. It's like and his name is John Cena, tops everything, and it's so good. Because it literally catches you off guard, and then once you watch it, like you get really into something, and then glass, and then you're just like hating yourself for falling for it.
Alright, so now that we've talked about the bad of NXT, let's talk about at least the good of NXT.
DIY Revival. 2 out of 3 falls.
Yeah, for a good match, yeah. Yeah, that's really good.
Justin and I were literally talking about it yesterday. Because I brought up the random match thing that I said.
American Alpha and Revival is good too.
Yeah. Asuka.
What, Asuka?
Asuka.
Yeah, until like about the end of it. I got sick of Asuka by the end of it.
Yeah.
Should have put over Ember and left. That was my issue with it.
She should have put over Nikki Cross.
Yeah. Although my favorite Nikki Cross thing is the out with Aleister Black.
Yeah.
When Aleister gets taken out and Nikki knows. And then that entire part where she like knocks Ciampa's mic out of his hands, just randomly starts rolling around the ring screaming Nikki knows a secret. Like, what the living hell?
Yeah,
The Gargano
there was
Ciampa,
a lot of...
the Gargano Ciampa feud at first.
Yes.
Until Triple H had the issue. And this is my only main criticism of this feud. Is Triple H's need to finish this that feud killed killed literally most storylines. Because the storyline would be perfectly in place, but then one has to turn on the other for some attack the other for some reason to continue this feud. Because damn it, Triple H was going to die until he finished that feud.
Yeah. This is another NXT thing that I feel like doesn't get too much love. But the pandemic era of NXT itself was really good.
There was some good and bad for me.
Yeah.
Like, because there's some things that I liked, but then there's some things also where, like, they grabbed a lot of Robert Stone.
And now that now that Johnny's gone, There's a part of me that really wants Dexter Loomis to become the new Johnny Gargano.
What?
Yeah.
I love Dexter Loomis, by the way. I don't care what anyone says.
That's why I'm saying.
I love the gimmick of a baby face who pretty much could become a serial killer at any minute. And a very public...
Has he ever smiled yet?
I don't know. Probably? I don't know if he's ever smiled.
There should be a storyline where it's like trying to break the Undertaker's kayfabe. We should try to make Dexter smile. I feel like that would be captivating.
I love how that segment it's become its own little freaking thing. The Undertaker, like everyone loves to bring up the fact that one segment where everyone tries to get Undertaker to do a spinneroonie. I don't get it. I still don't get it. I don't know why that was a thing.
It's like that plus the whatever house show thing that he was at. Oh, everybody was doing like a headlock or something. I can't remember what it was. But it was like a line of people doing one specific move. And Taker thought it was the hokiest thing ever.
I mean, I don't blame him. It sounds hokey as hell.
Yeah. But I'm trying to remember what has been good recently.
Recent? Ooh, I'm called Kyle O'Reilly.
Yeah. Kyle O'Reilly and Finn.
And who?
Finn.
Oh, yeah. They were really good.
The Broser Weights was really fun.
That was too short, man. That was too... God damn it. That was too short.
I would much rather the Broser Weights be a thing than Arcade fucking Bro.
I don't understand it. What was it about them two that made that work? I don't get it, because Don is... It just doesn't look right, but yet it worked. I don't get it.
I know this feels like almost insulting to say, but I feel like Pete Dunne is way better at doing deadpan than Randy.
Well, yeah, because you can tell when Randy Orton is still having, wants to laugh inside, like, laugh out loud from it. Pete Dunne literally
Pete Dunne just doesn't give a fuck.
Pete Dunne literally's entire gimmick is he just doesn't care.
Yeah.
I
know another thing. I know that was really good about NXT recently because me and Santana loved it so much. Ilya Dragunov winning the fucking UK title from Walter.
Oh yeah, Walter itself.
My God.
Walter's title reign itself.
That was when she became a wrestling fan. Because as soon as Ilya won that title, she was exploding.
Yeah.
I have to remember the plaque that they're selling on the fucking website.
Because that match is a beautiful thing to watch.
My favorite match of the year. Bar none. One of my favorite matches of all time, in fact. It was that good.
Walter is just on another level.
Yeah.
Which makes me scared because they want to bring him up to the main... I think they want to bring him either to the American or they want to bring him straight to main roster. And I'm like, oh, no, please don't. Leave him alone. Let him stay in UK, please.
I mean, they already fucked him up on the main roster. They had him be eliminated first in Survivor Series.
Nobody remembers that shit. Well, yeah, but that doesn't mean shit because we saw Keith Lee was using that damn thing. Look the way he was used on the main roster.
That's what I'm saying. He's already been groomed once.
Yeah, but yeah, it's like, because they can book someone bad and then they'll bring them back up and then they'll book them like freaking. I'm trying to think. What will Vince hate about Walter? Hold on, let me think.
You know those stories about Vince getting drunk with the boys and taking everybody's finish?
Yes.
I can see Vince just out of nowhere wanting to take a chop from Walter.
I can see that. I can see multiple people wanting to see. I can see Vince. What I see either two things. Either one, Vince is gonna hate Walter's chops, Because he's gonna do it so damn hard that's gonna hurt one of his little precious boys, and then Vince is gonna be mad at him. Oh, or Vince is, Vince is gonna make his entire gimmick based off of it.
There's another visual that I'm picturing right in my head.
What?
It's the funniest thing. It's like Walter has a match, and then he comes back to Gorilla, and then Vince just does this little strut over to Walter and just gives him the fucking biggest chop on the chest for no reason. And Walter just standing there like, the fuck?
Imagine that's how Vince just congratulates Walter every time he has a match. Just runs up and chops him. Good match, pal!
Well, there's footage of Kurt Angle coming back to Gorilla, and he's talking to somebody, and then Vince just gives him a big old slap on the ass. So, it was surprising he just goes over to Walter and says, "You think you're big, huh? Well, fuck yeah."
I can see Walter just being like, having to go in his head, probably like, don't chop him back, you'll kill the guy.
I really wish I was a fly on the wall for those nights where Vince was taking doomsday devices, fucking heart attack.
I love the fact, because when that's brought up, I watched one of the, like, Deadlock reviews, and they brought it up, and I'm like, that's gotta fucking hurt, doesn't it?
Especially in a bar.
Like, a doomsday device is already dangerous to take in a ring. On a bar, like, on a bar, that's gotta be, like, life-threatening.
I want to hear the reaction Vince makes as he takes these moves.
Can you imagine you're a bartender? Can you imagine you work at the bar, though, and you, like, are working drink out of the corner of your eye, you notice this old man being lifted on someone's shoulders? The guy's, like, walking just on a table, runs off, and, like, clotheslines the guy, and they're like, what the fuck?
Have you ever seen the Battle of the Billionaires match? You really paid attention to it?
Which, I don't know.
What? Have you seen Brian Zane review it?
Probably, but I don't. Yeah, I think yes.
Well, I recommend after this watch it again because one of the funniest things Vince has ever done is in that match, where I forget what it is, but it's after the bell rings and Vince is trying to escape the fact of getting his head shaved, and it's either Austin or Trump that goes up to grab him, but like Vince is looking clear in the direction of them, turns his head for a split second, and then turns his head back and just goes, ah!
It's that and when they show, my favorite part of that is when they show him what he looks like.
Yeah.
And his reaction on the chair.
That scream makes me laugh my ass off.
Ah!
It literally sounds like he's about to be shot.
That's what Vince's reaction is every time he gets scared. Someone goes scared, he's just like, ah!
I was just getting on Santana about having a laugh attack, and here I am at the one. Oh shit! I gotta go get the laundry again.
What was all guy?
My iPad's dying. Okay, so we'll wrap it up here.
I'm about to say, this should be a thing we do more. Just start talking about random topics.
Yeah, we'll have more time to do it in January, so we can start doing it in January.
Okay.
Because she goes back to class like full time in person again, so I'll have a lot of time here alone, so we can do it starting then.
Okay.
But I'll be calling you on the 10th, because that's the day my order comes in.
That is Friday.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it could come in tomorrow, but it says estimated delivery date the 10th. It's currently in customs, so it's probably going to take about half a day tomorrow to get out of customs, and then it'll be here on the 10th by the end of the day. So I'm probably predicting around 1 to 2 o'clock it'll be here.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll call you later.
All right.